is a journey without frontiers. 30 people, 19 countries and one common mission, mastering the art of holding elections and keeping the democratic fire burning. Away from the exuberant noise of campaigning and rhetorical catfights in the summer of 2014, the scene on the 7th floor of the imposing building of the Election Commission in Delhi was that of quiet enthusiasm and sobriety. It was back to classroom for a group of 30 mid-career officials from countries as diverse as Yemen, Ghana, Lebanon, Bhutan, and Africa's newest nation, South Sudan. And they were all earnestly trying to unscramble how India, the world's most populous democracy, organizes free, fair, and credible elections.
I was so amazed and impressed by your experience. India was for me and all my colleagues an example for democracy, and I hope we will reach your level of democracy and openness and transparency in my country, Lebanon, and in the Arab world and the Middle East also.
I've seen web camera in the polling station. We have never think to that in our country. Okay? I've seen security guys, but they couldn't get into the polling station. We have never thought to that. In our country, we have policy even in the polling station.
The electoral training program is an initiative of ITEC, India's flagship program for capacity building for kinder developing countries in the spirit of South-South solidarity. The training program, since its launch in the summer of 2012, has trained 19 mid-career polling officials from over 40 countries, cutting across continents for the past 3 years. The training is conducted by the India International Institute of Democracy and Election Management, an institute affiliated with the Election Commission.
We in the Election Commission of India conduct really good, free and fair elections, and all our election results are accepted by the political parties without any much problem. So keeping that view, since this is a good experience, is a good practice that we follow here, the idea was, why not share this with the democracies as well world over.
This year was special for 30 participants from 19 countries, as they not only got tutorials in various facets of election management, but they also got the first-hand feel of the spinning carnival of the parliamentary elections. Besides attending training course, they also visited Agra and Gwalior to see for themselves how the giant election machine works in India. So what did they learn in India which they will be taking home, besides fond memories of this mind-bogglingly diverse and enchanting country?
The Indian democracy is outstanding because India being the largest democracy in terms of the numbers that are involved in the election, over 800 million, and they are able to organize the elections so well. It's a great experience for us because we had a chance to go to some urban and rural polling stations, and we saw how the EVM really worked. There was no congestion so much at the polling station. There was webcasting, videography. So the amount of technology involved in the election is so good, and it enhances transparency in the election.
This training was very informative, and it's very much relevant to put this context of electoral system because electoral system in Bhutan and India is very much similar. We also use electoral voting machines.
I would like to do or to register 2 points: that we need training of the lower cadre, those who are going to operate our computers. And then 2, we want to learn about this machine which is produced in India, which is like many countries who are using the ballot box or ballot papers. You send them either from South Africa or from Great Britain, rather than to produce them locally. So it is an achievement for the Indians to have their own election materials produced locally for them. The machine is their own production.
The electoral training course has become hugely popular, with India's Ministry of External Affairs flooded with requests from participation from developing countries. Above all, the course perfectly epitomizes India's development-centric diplomacy and the ITEC spirit of sharing, learning, and empowering fellow human beings in the global south through the dissemination of experience and expertise. And this ITEC spirit will glow in resplendent celebrations as the ITEC turns 50 this year, triggering much rejoicing in a wide swath of the developing world, stretching from Kabul to Kinshasa and from Colombo to Congo.